Hey everybody, welcome back to The Loop, where our goal is to help you know Jesus a little better so that you can live like him a little more. Yesterday, we talked about what it looks like to start a relationship with Jesus by simply asking him to forgive your sins. Mark 2 is really clear. Jesus has the authority to forgive you and to forgive me. I hope that you have received his forgiveness so that your relationship with God can be mended or healed. Today, I want you to see that your relationship with Jesus actually has implications for what kinds of relationships you have with other people. At the very end of Mark chapter 1, there's a story about a man with leprosy who came to Jesus. He got down on his knees in front of Jesus, and he begged Jesus to make him clean. Verses 41 and 42 describe Jesus' response to this man. It says, "Filled with compassion, Jesus reached out his hand and he touched the man. 'I'm willing to make you clean,' he said. Immediately, the leprosy left him and he was cured." Now, you've probably never seen someone with leprosy, but it was a fairly terrible skin condition. In fact, the Holman Bible Dictionary says that lepers were isolated from the rest of the community so that other members in the community could maintain their status. These people didn't just live in isolation. Historians tell us that they actually had to wear a bell around their neck to notify people that they were coming when walking through town, just so that everyone else could keep their distance. That's why it's so remarkable that Jesus reached out his hand and he actually touched the man. Jesus wasn't afraid of him. He loved him. He didn't avoid him or run away from him. He actually moved toward him and made physical contact with him. The other day, I was sitting in a chair getting my hair cut at a local salon when a young man walked in with his mom and dad. The kid was in middle school, and you could tell that something wasn't quite right. You could tell it by the way that he talked and by the way that he conducted himself. I don't know what was wrong with him, but something was wrong. The mom said to the guy who was cutting his hair, "Will you just try to make him look cool? We don't want the kids at school to make fun of him when he has to go back next week." When I heard her say that, it broke my heart. Here at The Loop, our goal is to know Jesus a little better so that we can live like him a little more. I want every adult to hear what I'm about to say, but if you have a student or if you are a student, I really want you to hear me say this. Please, for the sake of the lonely, for the sake of the rejected or the unpopular, for the sake of people who are quote unquote not quite right, could you just put your hand on their back today and just ask them how they're doing? Could you sit with them at lunch or do something as simple as take them to lunch because they never get invited by anyone else? Could you include someone that always gets excluded by everyone else? What Jesus did for this man, it changed his life. And I believe that when we live like Jesus, God uses us to change other people's lives as well.